All right, menya George Kosi Afriyie or Fiha. I'm an Akwaba Benjamin. President Akwaba.
Bring up Major so.
But you be able to do.
Yes, I don't know where official pass.
I think I'm to face senior tier.
That's it. The last time
I saw can we be saying me say a new studio haba.
David, I'm a bad, but me kase.
But me better hide Omaha.
Debbie.
I think it was PJ's time. Yeah. 2019.
The last time I walked into a studio somewhere in 2019.
Wow.
I've done a couple of interviews
on phone, but not in studio.
Not on a studio.
Not in studio. We appreciate your time with us. That's a pioneer show. Say, I can't sign up with you. Let's see, be able to do.
Oh yes, I don't.
Now, Division 1 design.
Division 1 there. Heading, but you go so. It's not been easy. I think the problem is kakra or in terms of organization there. From the FF's side, I don't think so. There has been too many issues, but officiating is a problem.
Officiating is a problem.
I think that the referees committee, together with the executive committee, need to sit up. Where refereeing is a problem.
Refereeing is a problem.
But I'm sure.
Is there an isolated incident and also pervasive across board?
It's across board. In fact, I don't know whether you remember. Couple of I don't know, should I say a month or weeks ago, Tamwa FA President shared the 48 Division 1 clubs. Almost everybody complained about
officiating.
So it's and then even in the Premiership, because we have witnessed some decisions I call before the review committee. I have sanctioned certain referees. It tells you, sir, officiating is still a problem, and we need to take a critical look at it.
Is it that the referees, because of the in the NAS expose, most of the elite referees score? Is it because only experience at this level, and it will take time for them to get to the level? And I say some of them are just not up for it.
Well, a combination of factors that can also be just one, but some of the decisions and the things that we see and hear, it be too obvious. Like some of the things, certain referees have just taken a decision to go out there and then robo the SB or person or robo. I mean, some of them I've watched certain decisions. It's difficult for me to understand it. I mean, I've watched a match, for instance, I won't mention the clubs, where two teams, bobo. Now home fans but with the penalty, with the referee but still the referee didn't see anything wrong. I watch it, and this is in the Premiership. And
how then do we resolve it? Crime never shall resolve it.
I think that the punishment is not severe and deterrent enough.
Yeah, banning referees 4 matches, 5 matches, 6 matches, and yet enough.
It's not enough. You see, there are those who argue punishment should serve as a reform for
measure. Yeah,
but yes, I agree. Where you see it's a mistake, that for me, I think that in that circumstances, it should be a punishment as a best as maybe, because then you can see clearly. But when you see a deliberate one, that one, I think that it should call for a severe punishment. So if a referee knows that Semisheda, Ekoye Bonia, the whole year I'm offer. But so man 4 months, 6 months. In actual 4 matches, 6 matches. In actual fact, say referees Nangaza per the appointment style, and I say per the appointment. Referee no the back one only the next week, only the following week. Only few ones, the top FIFA ones.
And they're consistent. Yeah.
So if me a referee now say me a mistake, and I say me share deliberately because we will be now my 6 matches on your You've just giving me my normal routine schedule.
But how then do we differentiate between deliberate acts?
You can see.
Any genuine mistake?
You can see. I mean, if you are experienced enough. In fact, said the review committee, I'm sure that we have
at least an ex-referee.
Ex-referees. And then, not only that, say young club administrators, young Kasaso, say you may a deliberate actor, you can tell. Sebe and shed and yet deliberately, so I can tell. Me, I don't even want to use matches as an example. But there are matches which has got nothing to do with me. Right away, meet me a be man who can say we the referee or share that.
By experience.
Oh, of course, by experience.
But it's true. It's true. But referees say yes, they don't do it to benefit themselves. Even those kind of say a personal gain. But more club officials now influence on more. Yeah, benefiting in one way or the other, benefiting. But club for years on the share yesterday, so they be any reference and go to the root cause. Problems in better.
I agree with you. I think that I was say FA President Enibre. In time past, some comments like he's going to have a collaboration with the CID and all that, and then see how best to me tap into some of these things. I think that I will encourage him to do it.
All right. Mr. George Kwesi and Edin Kumon. You share the Blasters of Ghana. Yeah, in participation in this year's Nations Cup. The worst we've seen in our history. Yeah, core competition be at least one game the year we need that. In 84, I almost say Waka disaster. At least we won a game. In 2006, if you say at least we beat Senegal in our second game. Same as 1998. 1980, I mean, the list is endless. You've managed the Blasters before. Until name our watch first of all, your performance in the same. What really did not work for us in this competition?
Blasters are no Macan or different platforms and then at least most of these interviews were on phone, so I had the opportunity to explain. We have been so fortunate. So when we got to the executive committee, we had very experienced club administrators who were part of the executive committee. And Metimi Abobodin, Obitis, the former GFA chairman then, Mr. Ewenyamiche, was a member of the executive committee.
Okay.
Obitis, Mr. Fred Papu, was a member of the executive committee. He had even been part of the Black Star management for even during Yahoo and all that. Obitis, Mr. Fred Krenzel, one of the most experienced football administrators at Michiano. We saw somebody like Randy Abe, very experienced, straight to the point, or Canadian, Unsuru, whoever you are. Urakosinyan Techina Nkasa, True Gaka all the way, and many others. Jones Abu Alasa.
May he rest in perfect
the
peace.
former Ashanti Regional RFA chairman before Kotoro. These were then the good old Ura Jordan and Agla.
Yeah, Jordan.
So if you have this blend of executive committee members, I mean, if you look at the personalities, why now bet me I can't none. In fact, many of them were older than Kwesi. If you look at Mr. Uwenyamiche, if you look at even Kujofiano, I forgot to mention Ura Kujofiano. If you look at Jordan Agula, if you look at Kujofiano, Fred Krenzel, there were people who were older than Kwesi. And so therefore, and they were self-made men as president of the FA. So that's the plenty. We were the young ones. Now you are joining Ghana football fresh from 2005. I had to Obama me as an executive committee member. I've never been involved with the top management of football. And it really helped us and shape going into the future. And some answer from where I sit, and he said, because I'm not part of the executive committee, because I'm not part of the current administration, it will be difficult for me to say certain things against Omo because I'm not privy to their discussions. Meaning what goes on within the executive council as presently constituted. Meaning it will be very unfair for me to sit here and pass judgment on them. No. But Many problem I may walk a cry back up. You see, after normalization, we took football from the people of normalization, for which I believe Nipa no be normalization committee no mun take your football nasa.
Okay.
But Esan said they were experienced and some with corporate background, they use their experience to tap the knowledge of people who are on my football no and on the running or more period no and on my football no my. Yeah, the football no my it was an opportunity for Obia Ulidi because we had the opportunity, thankfully through you, as host of debate, Amoya Yani Mubi and Kamu. Obia presenting ya konya yi nsemano chere say what the football no mamia. Say na me.
Yeah, sure.
So right away, time wa Ora Ketokriku Ewini Nodono. If you had listened to my interview the day after the election, I called him. I congratulating you to say, "Sir President, you have my support. Count on me, and I'm ready to support you." I believe others also did that. I went further to do a video where I said, "Say, young football for the young politics. Yeah, we are not politicians, and yeah, NDC, MPP, and so therefore, young kaya humum, they support the FA president, and this is on record." Right after that, I took a backstage and went and sat with for 1 year. I didn't do that. But events after that, as a new leader, one of your vision, and which is, I'm sure, a war, Ketokriku manifesto, when he say, obey football, no national teams need. And once a leader has a vision, he needs to do appointment. Ebesheni vision kena. And it is like say
Mana
achieve vision. Okay. And so first appointment, because we are talking about the Black Star for now, let's limit ourselves to the Black Star. So the first appointment I heard was that Kwesi Appiah has been relieved of his job. Okay, fine. So unya relieve Kwesi Appiah, then I expect that the president is going to appoint somebody who is going to help him achieve his vision.
Yeah.
Then, because he knew what went wrong, then the appointment was Sike Akono. To some of us, I would say, wow. Why? Personally, I think Kwesi is more experienced, having been to the World Cup, having been to the AFCON and all that, having worked under previous coaches, white coaches. I think he's more experienced if you want to compare the two. Well, young fan say, Ebiana Ora Ketokriku, Oni Sike Juma from Dreams FC. Into our confidence in him. Onimsa obe buana mana achieve ne target. And now the person de Ghana football conti. Eno Jifri Kwesi Appiah no or the man. Sentisa and ye nanko also timi mian and in all appointing Obia. Obedini be ko bosh assassin so. The ordinary be ko bosh assassin so American as anything. Ordino be qualifying for the AFCON and take him to the AFCON and also qualify him to the World Cup and take him to the World Cup. You need to make that appointment. So once you appoint Sike, means Sike is the man cut for the job. And if you watch my posture, since Sike was appointed, I did an interview with Muftar Nabila, and I said, I will support Sike any day, anytime. Let's give him the support he needs. And then I also cautioned in that interview that, yen try say, my fan say, oye Sike Akono. And now say, oye Ghana ni, nti interfere with Nejuma. Yen man rather than need the support. Yen jaino, non yen Nejuma. These were my comments. You can check. It's documented. But along the line, the president then went to grant an interview to say, no, Yentiminjai coaching Kwama and Yenejuma. And
you quoting him right, or say, gone are the days, selection of the national team is done by one individual.
Okay. So we need to have a selection. Is that to imply that? So the okay implies and tuning in a
that someone will have an input. People will have an input. Okay. Including the president will have an input.
Okay, so let's accept that. And now, personally, I disagree with anybody who makes those suggestions say CK was not doing well, so we should sack him. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
Look at the matches CK played. The COVID restrictions Ama players Ama or the boy as against appointing Milo, the players he had at his disposal, they were not the same.
Yeah.
They were not the same. Inti se ujina and also the Saki CK there. And now we are not being unfair. I personally think that we pressed the panic button too early. Now, when we did that, fine, let's move on. The coach, the management, because maybe they are privy to near maybe I mean because, for example, they follow the teams to matches and every players no cry expresses say only confident in the coach. I want let's give it to them. So they took the right decision in getting him off. Now, in taking the right decision in taking him off, you must always bear in mind that your next appointment must fit into your vision. The next appointment must fit into your vision. The reason why some of us have said, say, we don't believe in Milo, and I'll explain. Brenya, Ghana Krum Highway, Coach Otia Kantewe coach. Emribi Echem no a top coach in Ghana.
Yeah.
Can you say same today?
There be. On active. On active for a long time.
Very good. Sana coaching tier. It is true that Milo achieved a lot with Ghana. Finals of Chan, quarterfinals of World Cup, finals of AFCON. Yes, he achieved all that. But you need to look at in between 2010 to 2022. Is it the same Milo? Nipa okarata change, okasa change, wadidie change, ubibiatimi change. It is impossible that Milo will lose touch of even a modern football because football evolves. It is possible.
And it's evolving every day.
Every day.
It's evolving every day.
In thinking that maybe you seek a free hole, I mean here a coach that fits the bill, no, you need to think very well. We just took, personally, if you ask me, we just took the easy way out by saying, oh, Milo is available. Oh, no, yeah, dear organ and Tiango Farmra. That's the easy way out we took. What did you mean?
And then more of financial than just the easy way.
It's the easy out.
It's the easy way out, of course. It's
the easy out because you see, GFA a coach, we have a certain criteria that we follow. Experience, the ability to work under difficult conditions, having worked in Africa before. There was some criteria to go. So we follow the easy. Milo fits the bill straight away. But you also need to look beyond that. You need to look when Milo left here, they are not the other things now.
So track record after Ghana.
Yes, it's very important. It's very, 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 very important. And then again, I can say, coach is in Bebre, no more current, so you have the option of trying to bring in Obia. Ubeje di say Ghana for nyina beka say, oh, ni pass Messi, we there. Even when Onyan coach ye kura na Obia beje di say we, but we took the easy way out. Using the man's past record to bring him back. And for me, some of us were not. We were not enthused. We were not. Just say, ni bibi and say Milo Bob society. Especially when our second coming is in answer and so that any
Bukad.
And then again, you also need to look at the kind of materials at your disposal at the time Milo was here, as compared to Ene. You see, and the Niema went in and a movie, your folks said Milo was not. But so me, I don't care. Even though I hold a different view, I believe in majority decision. Once the FA has taken a position, say, when you're in the corner, Missumi Peno, Missumi Soportono, that's my style. Until I have a view. But in your father, we have many view, be a view. The view is the view of the GFA because the GFA says that Milo is the coach. So let's all support. And when Milo announced the squad, listen to my interview. Me say we have one of the best squad. Let's support Milo. I said it. And true, I supported it. You check my status, you check my Facebook page. Everything I did during that time was to galvanize support for the Black Stars. Because we have only one Black Stars. You shouldn't think any day that, oh, and you leader and you should go and fail. You know why? Who take it just say And I'll tell you why. Mimiti ya migusu ya football. Every day I spend about 50-60% of my time on football, traveling from here to Tafo and back. So even the
journey
and I jubi obuna mini ultimately meaning and namni eba. So that risk I'm trying also to develop a brand. So I must make sure say Ghana din kosra baby I'm a febia I'm to be the awawa. Now say when Ghana was playing the matches, I was in South Africa. I only watched the first match. Me checking in no. Ghana I bought in the last match, and the South African came me, hey, you Ghanaians, you see how you are struggling in AFCON. No me knew.
And the Omadi Jumapa,
almost 3 years.
Omadi Jumapa. I'm official Facebook account.
Man replying in English, oh, Mr. Shasuna checking me in the gun. I said, what did you say? Mr. Checking, go and continue to do your checking. Me bo Fukrana make a see. Ain't the ambassador Metiasi Obiatiasi and say nobody is against it. Me, never. So only Mr. I'm not the type that we are Nipokro Obama Sumi who watch Achia and family. That's not my style.
But do you Milo year in this tournament officer for you even confirmed your earlier position say on why?
Okay. First of all, minim near my course during the preparation. It will be difficult for me to. Minim near my course during the preparation. Now, preparation so we be tournament be a preparation no a key to the tournament. Preparation is very key to the tournament. Now, in the first match, if you watch personally, if you ask me, one of the brightest spots in our team was Joseph Painter.
In the first game, especially.
In the first game. And honestly, if you ask me, we still didn't play badly until
the
that last minute goal. No. Ghana, there's only me. It started to competition. Didn't no phone. And me personally, if you ask me, even our first match, but in the second match now, Joseph Pentel and Timmy are moving. I had a problem. Watch the first game. We played against Moroccans. Bring Omo backline, the Otiakra to me. And now watching me. And we were playing long balls. And for what? For Jordan to head or for who to head? So if you know Jordan very well, he's the one that will come deep, take the ball and run from the wings and all that. But me who Sabio, in your coach, but having followed football for over 20 years now, I understand, and not because a follower. Me follow having been deeply involved for 20 years now, I didn't understand what Milo was doing, honestly. Because there was no way with the back line of Moroccans, so long balls and good keeper and fan or very good kick. To ban and say, this is not Ghana's playing. And then the few brightest spots and so the Sulemanas, the and then in the second game I didn't see Pence. I said, but what is happening? Well, there's something more you know than you. Then in that game, we drew. That game also, both first and second, I did about Kwame witness here and say unim your players no. Now unim almost strength coming from Europe, winter weather condition near the now by a humid environment like Cameroon. Say the demo was 70 minutes hulele. You have the chance to change 5 players. So what was keeping Milo for not changing certain players at a particular time? And no, you're back. They told me, look, Brinya said, watch here. And if you know the history of AFCON, countries have won with almost an unknown players.
Yeah.
The Zambians. Even the Nigerian team that won under Keshi.
Cameroon, winning.
Brinya, let me tell you. The difference between Abekwe and a certain player in Europe anywhere, which I won't mention, is just because Baku or Ghana and Baku are British.
Okay.
Nobody can convince me, say, a player like Abekwe and the RTU
Abagna.
Abagna from Wild Stars. I have followed him from Wild Stars to RTU, to Goldfields to RTU. These are the boys, Esa and say, Onu Onya Konya, Enkwa Bruchintino. So, would need Timwa. So, Otumrika 1 hour per or two, maybe 30 seconds per one. In a blaster game, Onya, Obekon 20 seconds per that, because he wants to prove.
Yeah, point.
It's normal with black people. It's normal with black people. My first job at Minyawo, a Japanese company, Madam Fono introduced me to the company, and I say Japanese. Your first impression is all he wants to see. Asa, you need to, and it's like that with real black people. And for me, I think that at a point, there were certain players of local, but I see him from where I sit, only confident, because most of the times, who the Ghanaian contingent now move free Ghana, now move squad, no more stance. So he doesn't even have confidence. But Brenya, nobody can convince me, say, Shakunim Bobo.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can convince me. Check the history of Ghana football. The great Abedi Pele made it to AFCON at the age of
16, 17. No, oh boy, yeah. Libya 82.
The day nothing will be better me convince me Shaku cannot play. But when you have a coach no take his position now, it becomes very difficult to win anything. And from me, looking at his changes, looking at his selection, looking at his non-confident in the local component, nobody can convince me that below me, I will never sit anywhere, blame anybody, but blame the head coach.
Okay.
Me in fact blame more Obia or tournament to him. I blame the head coach. And it is for that reason, and football, head coaches take full responsibilities for failures of the team. One, yet I mean, you need that in Tibebiada. So Obiaka say, then cause ministry releases cabin Omanye. No one think be Omuko camping day say because he can't want any anti uncle. No one think a bomb match be saying ministry needs can. I have not heard those complaints. So why do somebody want me to put the blame at a different place that I'm not supposed to put? We have to put the blame at the doorsteps of the coach. And he need to take full responsibilities for it. The amazing no, edu baby ana here before. It is I say, Milo say,
the World Cup.
I say, Mufa videos, mammy. Oh, Camino can me expect Milo to say, oh, no, I failed in this tournament because of A, B, C, D, E. But I have confidence that if you give me another chance, say na make me team na here. So okay, but the uncle is videos more of so I don't know as what did at it's wrong.
Then the opposite just in near brea or no prepare for World Cup. Na mo smooth because of who.
But you see, yenya abotre. Me, my mission here this morning. Let us support our FA, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, but say no, we are in a fix. Say you jana manakwa. How then do we negotiate compensation, for instance?
When you say it is the most funniest thing that I have heard. Now say football na say it will be in a jumo. Console you mum better I mean who baby me push ya for. Me tisa seb na nam say Ghana food Ghana ni bia for any new Jimmy.
Yeah.
Why would anybody suggest say 2 million even 300,000? And we should keep him. If financial position is the reason, I will give them the reason why we should sack him. If financial position, financial, Brenya, Ghana, Eshe Comoros, any third, any ball tournament, your ball to the next stage, the 116,
yeah.
Any year free man. Ghana, how much Ghana will have lost? Over $1 million. Yeah. Each player was going to get about $30,000. 30 multiplied by, take the numbers, do it. So even if...
But if 30 requirements say 15,000,
even 30 multiplied by 25 players, it's about $850,000. Yeah. It's about $850,000. Add the technical team. We're going to spend over $1 million. Then I don't know where Yanko, coach in a mistake, Timu 300 can't go, baby. What's the problem? We took the money to Cameroon.
Yeah.
Ndizo jamia ya wadom. Coach na anga za no wako faili. Ndi esika $1 million anga also udi uche. Na nke bi enyi mu mfiri mu the next round no. That money is sitting there. Na when you mu 300 man na nyame more. It's what your profit mpo. Yeah. Because assuming we had even moved to the next stage near year free more. Aren't we going to pay $1 million over $1 million to the players and the team? Not only that, pay other expenses.
Per diem is bad.
And you see, let me tell you, Bringer, let me tell you why my position is that the coach must go. And I'll tell you. Today, say yeah, Tuaba, I decided Milo Feta, only 1%. Okay, so if me FA president, having to keep the coach, that's a World Cup now, any summer permanent and my coffee will be not uncle. Just choose between the two.
The ramifications will be much more severe. So keeping now. Remember, because I was swording, you kind of went here. Who keeping here?
Because they say as we speak
now, the responsibility will even come on you.
But as we speak today, we don't even know whether we will qualify or not. No. The main find what you say. The Milo change. See that? Okay. Two. There are those that will also make the argument. Say no. At least Milo knows the players now.
Yeah.
But Milo no name players now. Don't make a mistake. Milo incoming for the job, now he knows the players. Incoming for the job, now he knows the players. And don't forget, at least a bit candidate said here, Milo Afcon we pay no buy. What about matches be answering you go Afcon?
Yeah.
In the Milo he has a full idea of our team.
Yeah, this Africa high or no boy.
He has a full. I'm saying Zimbabwe grounds or no boy.
I think it was Ethiopia.
Okay, so at least Milo bought at least about two matches. So you have a fair idea.
About friendly match against Algeria.
No Bianca Sassam say it's a tournament to win a platform managing your players. And then again, as we sit here, football, there has always been an interim situation. Obi Bejelic. But when I say coach, not in the code, baby, you will miss a kind of will be for back. A man will continue. Whether to obey, will be called relegation. Or when I say baby, I will do on Caso, Mammy Kipunu because on no. So me personally, me say, media, the things that the positives for me, the negative for below to stay, it's at way away the positives. Okay. So personally, me in support. Media me support to say entire FNH. And so if they decide to keep Milo, I will still support them. Because I still maintain say there's something that maybe they know that I may not know. Okay. If the FA decide today say Milo ni adeni kwa, me rally obia me and support to FA ni enko World Cup.
Okay. We so back strongly, and I know some individuals quite propounded this story about the role of the management committee of the Black Stars. Maybe Nafi said, "Omo need you make the also mudie." One person being teaming a team of 7 management members. What is the role of the management committee of the Black Stars?
They do a lot, a lot. Planning. See, if you don't plan in any activity, me sure say be a hakra your interview we are only management team more planning. Planning is key. Planning. The BIA a course will be starting from the management team. They plan the travels, they plan the players know how and they used to COVID crowd and the more the total planning of the team and the execution of the tournament and everything is by the management team. A Drew Park no so a coach ni be na adwuma be and bibia is headed by the technical team. We are no free hotels. Answer the young inspecting hotel team no better. It is a new crazy back home called them now discotheque be mu as ni man ko binti min de mo kaka kan bi na biti. The sani man nyina say management team na kohwe say place ni nya conducive for. Na in 2015 min ka say MBC chiro. Yen answer na team no beba final any could go beba finals no. Answer na team ni beba ye di kan me Alex Asante and somebody else. Ye call baby I be ye call na hotel papa wo kru mu no. Na could go for the kafa. Baby omo dia man na containers. Container pa normal container ye di ship near me.
I know that
hotel yeah. Buso bia ko bi. Hey. Brenya, how do we go and tell these boys as a more journey in Yanu say baby I'm call than
containers?
We have to quickly call the FA president. President Usman, baby you call new. What do we do? It's okay. Meet the leadership first. Tie Dimirka, you be afraid today. You afraid some more journey, afraid I don't know. I don't know Achimabe or somebody else. Near si Charlie. Ya be chia hotel back papa na wa ni na Cote d'Ivoire for afa. and that day I admired the leadership. Also, Chama, any brother in Yamu container, baby, somebody here too, and you cross where better. Finance. They were so determined that they didn't even care. But the thing is that by showing them respect, it didn't become an issue.
Yeah.
But container, fire. Management. The management had a lot to do.
And you also you keep management committee structure no national team.
Oh no! It's very, very important. You can't do away with it. And you see,
so what about the numbers? If you say, look,
numbers
having the numbers, because you need the
numbers and they claim about Nyamin Fanny Cress, Ura Jones, Abuela sending the numbers as means here it is me. And Brenya, the Black Star management as presently constituted is not bad. I'll tell you why. Fred Papo, very experienced, super experienced. You can't get see I can say football management. I admire him. Excellent human being. Obia won inform so Obia won enso, but Fred Papo top class. Mo former boss, so my name is Ogusuzi, I'm former boss. Ora Kwesi Ajimai.
Oh, that way boss.
Oh, that way boss. Vice chairman of the intelligent man. Unim so amanfo bebre nim so why football nyene o. Me Kwesi Ajimai football together almost the same years. People don't know this. Super intelligent man. And you see, the Black Star Management Committee is made up of very intelligent people. Osaiko for Sami Tuga, he has achieved almost everything in football. What you say? Ura Georgia Mwako, a finance guru. Name the other person, but at least I've mentioned 4. What you say? And for me, the management team, as presently constituted, it's not a bad management team. When the fourth come, a go out for minimum so and go.
A technical director say he will go back to his role as technical director. I'm appointed coach Kran Sana.
But you see, that is what is supposed to be. It was here by here that even as Arizona and Kabibia doing guy. But that's how it's supposed to be. He take full responsibility of what happened, and then don't try to draw everybody in. And it is just because Milo is as post the management committee. Because I don't believe that the management, and me, it's my position. I don't believe that the management committee were the ones who told Milo say change it at 85th minute. I don't believe that it was the management committee who told Milo say so those things are things that we can put at
purely
the
technical.
It's technical issue. So we shouldn't get emotional. Maybe in draw in, which for me, of course, as the head, you can do that. But in this rare circumstance, I'm saying that
okay. Milo, government are making position very clear that Milo dear, and you're with Matana now, say if
now Milo comes over and I'm going to say he dare no step. I mean, that's a threat. I never said that. But me name's a white if one no mom didn't news. I shall be near one go to be I mean Kayo. And I need watch. I shall go to
domestication local as a foreign. In replacing
it doesn't really matter, honestly, if you ask me. You just have to get someone who is capable of doing the job.
Do we have local coaches who are capable of
of course. Of course.
On top of mine, when about him?
Both Kosiapia and Siki Akono, they are all good coaches. You can look at says Tanko Ibrahim, you look, and I'm a foreign local.
They're look.
You won't go be on my own foreign because obviously George Boateng is super qualified. George Boateng, fantastic guy. Utuado, super.
So we have the men.
Tanko Ibrahim, super.
We have the men.
Kosiapia, super. CK, super. They can all do it. You have the men. In fact, locally, because they don't have national team experience in Kamimubodi, they should be considered as assistant coaches. I know workers, Tanku of RTU, Nuru of Kinfesa, they should be considered as assistant coaches. They are doing very, very well. They are doing very, very well.
All right.
And then being Kotoko coach.
Prosper Nate Ogum.
Very good coach. He's a good coach. He's doing well, right? If they cannot be considered, they can be considered as assistant coach because you see they have to start from somewhere
and be groomed.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. And George Kosiefi questions now, but be brave. Obviously, Mr. Say what is a whole Kosi or a hamper. Questions no. Many episode na mamo. Many episode na mamo. But you try home. Na embrace here. Meba. My main guy was say, we are boys spa now. Person awareness kasemunti. Untimi worry. Now one for one dumb mass wedding we down because we the exclusive edition. The exclusive edition. And ebeye fe kwa. We enye musi wa hwe maso na we srunkun kra. In the 14th February and adwumadie eba so na we no EDC emom investment portfolio. Some worry we are one fund we so no brase HD plus sama wo mo decoders ahodo ATL moment to ma adwin kro this a moment papa de ma mo silver hair cut and silver hair eso emom ho ye fe second image yey afimas wedding ebeye fe pa na kan say we no strictly by invitation and we strictly traditional and ye call afimu every say ye observe all COVID-19 protocols ni nyinara. For further information, for you on 0242 235 086 0249 507 429. The Happy FM Mass Wedding, live on our social media platforms and obviously live on ETV Ghana. Get high definition of Happy FM Mass Wedding on channel 114 on your HD plus decoder. When feely. Intimation is so. Uncle George. The way forward for the Black Stars, say, what should be the way forward? One of the questions I'm basically busy now, how then do we get players of Ghanaian heritage? And ye bre, Tawikalam Tina, Obaba, and so was warm. Even Salisu, you know, Hakra, so warm, ma. Chelsea Branty, Odwe, and Ecuador Samba Krumha. How then do we convince all of these talents to play for us?
Okay, Brenya. The approach.
The approach.
I mean, okay.
Okay,
I say I'm maybe do Asamoah Ghan's more brother.
Yeah, no correct. 2008.
When
even after that,
the second one after the World Cup.
After the World Cup.
When Kwesi Appiah was appointed, and Kwesi Appiah needed Asamoah Ghan back. Kwesi Appiah traveled to Bobo Alain.
Yeah.
And Okohun. You must know Asamoah Ghan kachire no. Osi oni po be man abo blaster abi o ye ne maame. There's only one person. Bet me man abo blaster abi o. So Kwesi Appiah came back. To buy no frame. No see George. Asamoah Ghan maame. Why ne nimu no. And I'm saying Adam for pa na ye the late Alhaji Sly Tete's wife. Asamoah maame. May her soul rest in peace. Na down for pie who we are say. And I the late Alhaji Sly Tete's wife. And two pa yenko hono. Enti me ni Kwesi Appiah eko
Sly wife.
Ni eko born na manie. And Asamoah maame si Sly wife say okay, oni ebeko. And ye call Asamoah maame ho ni fie. Ti call any si ma e pa chow. Say ni say Asamoah maame say de ye ne ya pa ni atembidie no na atembidie no ba kokora enya ne ya say can convey baller for example cabbage tracks no o se ba ko bi wo ho e betwam a na abo aben a che da eduru ba bi a maame ni fie wo na no obo beni pi Asamoah Ghan o minti mi fa de so
so oh, Mamini Fio
ni
Asamoah
Ghan ni wo ni ma onu wo alayin na ni maame. I'm telling you this. Ti anu kura o se akwari said da
o said that Asamoah Ghan papa yo
beni din no atiem na e ka kire mama say mama konsuo
ene boy hina
yes rew oba no ti se wupo onye nko a odi abi o oyo man Ghana de ti yes rew ena also ye de yanko obedwen ti pie na sly wife see the enyama no on ne bekasa. So it took these initiatives to get Asamoah back to the Black Stars. I'm saying this, so who said the other ministers no lobby for positions? Who lobby be then? Who are for be minister or lobby for position?
Okay.
Maybe I was the president. We pana, I shall pana can't offer. To mango, I shall not the connection no more. Any baby on the ferry for.
Yeah.
Miti call be betting me about a free nipa be who are mesoriaco.
Unkrakra.
Minkrakra. In the sun and the we need to appoint the International Relations Committee no Martin. I was saying munyan kofua omo influence. People who can convince. Brenyanya me give na me biom. Me tias is here. Seconds for phone from George radio no grow e jai na brameko.
Seconds.
Yes, I'm telling you. Abra frame say ya no catch say George, don't speak again, make call. I'm being honest with you. Any part that's any bia on very for. So we need to identify the players themselves, people who are connected to them. That's how man for see hosun do work room. My CEO ni kesa ni aketo on ne nam baby.
O CEO be.
Eugene Oforiata. You know him. Na kola on ne nam sa debi. Ndi obi on in Europe. Yeah. Who's the only chaskele in Europe? Nana Kwame Zuni Island.
Now, when we have made it, who's in Bissau? What's it seconds for? What's it seconds for Abako? Speed. What's it for Abako?
Meko Adenamiko.
Ah, okay. Okay. Do we stand a chance against Nigeria?
What do you say? Me come again and Ibia Timunyani. Me Nigeria na ye kwesha me nsuru kra.
Sir.
Oh, da. Who say? Ya na koye ti say top rival. But Nigeria no muso. By this time somebody will say they shit inside their pants.
Yeah. Hey, Ghana, Ghana.
So what follow Ghana and Nigeria matches near there, you understand, say, match way. It's just unfortunate say I'm drained to me more body.
Okay,
it's just unfortunate. Once your players be or match be or
a temperament,
match with them, match. Oh, but we don't have a bad team, honestly. Maybe if we can do 1 or 2 additions, we don't have a bad team like that.
And
everyone wants a man for who's a need team. Obi who say you need team me I see say coach need to arrange the team well. Ghana
coaching.
Purely coaching. Personally, that's how I see it. Maybe somebody will disagree with me. But from me, my experience in the men who are football, I see it as coaching.
Okay. And you better qualify.
Oh, you better qualify. You fire support.
Okay. All right. We are back. I say, maybe so. Say, maybe questions in the show. Okay. I say, maybe so. Say, resolution I'm calling you Kumasi. The Kumasi GFA.
Because the Nedian Gabame resolution is here. They are called GFA. They will.
What's the media call?
Oh yeah, they call it that. They will respond to it.
Dominion respond. What do you expect should happen?
No. They need to understand their position. That's all. We are only saying that Article 81.6 yen deleting in our crime-free status. Maybe I know here me change BBR.
Okay. 816.
Yeah.
Okay. My main kind we so now okay. Body man was a fantastic interview. Or say Adam from Tribula or say Brenya. At the time Abedi Pele was playing for RTU, yes, he was a local player.
Wonderful.
No Utwinko Abuchete Chu. Eric Ofe, I'm listening to the show Life Inside Poker. I say greetings to Mr. Alan Green. I'm Ofe Akutu, Eric, the Punisher, and also the way Abba Omar. Lance Clothing was a cat has really messed up Ghana football, and also the way Abba no. Omar, I can't read that. Tago was telling you, no achievement in football, just wants to occupy a position. This one, okay, and also we are. Ken Araf Brown was say, tell Uncle George I love his LV cap. He should send it to me. Why? Send it to Wa for me. Why? Hey, now what? Or was it channel? Louis Vuitton channel or paper? Inti and Kaubetimi at the Amana. All right, you the governance, ever Black Stars, so you the governance of the FACCA. Me say before the AFCON, there were issues and back and forth here and there. How should the FA relate to clubs and the members of the FA in going forward?
You know, Emra is here, FA president, or two in Afriyie 40 Division 1 clubs.
Yeah.
Me Kasembi, and he agreed with me. The catcher FA president said he should be worried, even if, because then the question is, oh, and you 54 and sign, no man answer, Nipa 8, I withdraw, near Namkaja FA president said, Mr. President, you should be worried if even 20 of your members have an issue. Even 20.
Yeah.
And I said, George, even one. And I'm saying, thank you. So if you understand that, then, but personally, I think that problems in the Dubai are made to General Secretary Abubuano.
Okay.
Because this is a man who has been part of us from the beginning. He's been our disciplinary committee chairman. He has gone through the RFA system to the. Sometimes I think that say Prosper Huni who say or Servo Association on Servo President Keta Ebebuano.
Okay.
He needs to change the mindset.
And the officer,
that's how he sees himself.
Not
yeah, because I was a general secretary created me for George. Net is saying you should think like that. You don't have to think say we Dreams FC or Ketokriku team. It is wrong.
I didn't know why I'm officer. Son of
Mama was Mama say me be but it's just a friendly advice and something man. I want him to operate as a general secretary for the association. That's all.
And some people say he ain't pitching, he ain't inferior. Do you agree?
Well, I don't really support he ain't pitching, but he should just change his style. That's all.
But this is serious. Sir, he's not working in the interest
That's
of the
how I
association.
see it from where I see. Because me, I relate to him very, very well. He's my friend. But when he took the position, he doesn't see me as my friend, as his friend.
Sir.
Oh, I'm telling you.
But have you had a conversation with him?
No.
Now then I say, well, someone saying,
there be no year, I'm sending a text reminding. Okay, that's all.
Oh, he didn't.
Oh, it's okay. Interesting.
That does not shit.
Because I'm going to boom in Abu Salam. We have Abu Salam
stadium.
Stadium.
But they shake him.
Oh, the very speed night. Yeah,
Abu Salam friend goes. Oh, he didn't kasa. Mongola ofi. Ah, na zongo boy pa.
Omu yi atiwa kakra mi kire. Mi atiwa. Na ka fellow no so organize ashama for no. Any abu for na be na I counter sata say.
Okay. I have him worry. But what's your relationship with Kwesi Nyantakyi now?
I don't remember the last time I spoke to him. Yeah.
You don't remember the last time you spoke to him?
No.
Wow. But you say, as a reconciliation, be Abba.
I'm not aware.
Wow, okay, reconciliation, you're not aware.
I'm not aware. So, I am past me.
Nick, Twitter, see me Bissau question B. I'm trying to retrieve the question, and so I'll ask. Okay, please ask him if he still thinks Kotoko aired in Sakin Maswekunedu, and whether he should be maintained as Black Stars assistant coach, regardless of the performance of Legon Cities. Ask him what his priority would be, the local league or the Black Stars. So when you're going to be the FIA. You see, a 2-1 question.
You see, Maswekunedu at the time I'm on permanent. Let me say wrong, but I was vindicated because the Oba is one year.
Yeah.
And having Nanaya or Transio who's a Debbie, we're fitting into what I want to do. No, Akofano. And I've never said anything bad. I support the new coach. At the time, no more second, and I felt that it was wrong. But you see, and also near some the fact say Maswa be on Timmy achieving in these recent times in Cherese. What you say? In Cherese, Bia is a bad coach. I still maintain that he's a good coach. Now the Enuna makers a Miminya part of the team that went to Cameroon and Doha. I don't know whether he's been or Milo man a chance to even offer suggestions. But you see, a coach should allow assistant coach to offer suggestions. But I don't think that this is from where I sit. I just a master and Mumpenna interview with me. It can be Milo Fadia.
But the decision to go to Doha, I'm also raising questions about it in terms of weather and the fact that you're teaming now with Hono.
I know my canvas and me can be. Me, I believe it was a wrong destination.
To go to Doha?
Yeah, it was a wrong destination. But let's leave it.
Is it because of the weather and I said the fact that
whether you want, where we are playing the competition now, no see two.
All right. Just go see if you and Abysmal if you have any Eddie and Como the Eddie Bia.
So unim say Doha no. And I mean minuti bring an answer to quite pa.
Yeah.
In the past,
and you're not saying what to quite
but in the past, unim say me we took quite over the weekend. But I mean, the last time we called Dubai in recent times. But me for Dubai, I call baby. When you say Dubai, COVID restriction, a different cry. Say, instead say Bianca, if I say me call South Africa, now me call Turkey, now me call may one COVID test, now me the result na kono. In Dubai, you have to. Also, we first 48 hours before the time I'll be too quiet. No one be 6 hours before the time I'll. And sana udru aya quarantine, one more say another one. So these are things you need to factor even in taking locations also company also okay. It's not easy in Qatar to go to Qatar now and the COVID restrictions in here, you know. So winim sa and yes akoso mobi ananka wako bo ho adwa no wa camp.
Be akoso muzugana for be hawo.
Enya Ghana for ubetimi busa won say be facilities na dey train bi ho a e bia na bi ni ho. But we can look at other places. What you are saying.
Okay, my bisa question we na ko he. I say I beg go ask him if he's preparing to contest the next GFA election.
There's only one GFA president now. It's all racket. Yes, okay. Every president be any baby.
We saw for Indian but say, boss, please ask Uncle George about the outcome of the Kumasi Congress. Have they submitted their report to the FA? What's the way forward?
Yeah, submitted FA. Also, I'm going implementing na bibi atuncha.
Now I'm implementing.
Well, let's see.
No more implementing Monday.
You do a bachelor.
Okay. Where be Nana, I say Milo should just stop talking. He should just leave. We would win without him. He inspires no confidence. He should stop that defeative attitude. Anyway, regards to the Japanese mafia, that Banana, Danubian Fashion Digital Center, Tabo Alaji, on the way. So for him, I was in Turkey with under 20, and all the teams had not less than 15 management members. We and also identity Abba and no. Mary or has Mary said a miracle day. Ah, Massa, many abru, many George didn't go on. Massa. Mary. In Yabru. Okay, I say. Who told George Masokoro would have achieved second position with Kongola season? But also they didn't fail as coach. Playing second and playing all matches away from home is no mean achievement. How many clubs would have achieved that?
But Maswell, why you are dominant?
CEO, good morning. I say, what is the position on the proposed impasse between the GFA and them over Milo's exit? Okay. Would the FA be unpopular within the government? What happened to the public interest committee? Okay, all right. My friend was in seminar home, and I will drop you soon. Raymond Yamado, something kind of say,
you want to
oh, so office is here. But 2 years in farmer. Oh, to my youth will qualify ahead of Subibi.
One and two, you problem.
And you know, this year, next Waba.
Remo, you, Martin. But set my youth, last year, Sana, I can't be found.
Okay. Someone in Bewa. With the Kofi
Bewa. Wouldn't say chairman.
1 week in about 28. 1 week in about 28.
You mean Fawa Quenya is in a Mabusa phone. Papa wouldn't say, or family send a bar. Papa, me mean friend, me Ghana,
Yao Bewa.
Me can't papa, Semna Bewa. You mean friend of Papa, Sana, me friend is father. Na, Oinipo, me Ghana had Missy Chairman, Uka Chairman, Paya, the champion chairman, with the mama for Biana Mama champion chairman. Miami, Salam Kram champion chairman. Champion chairman, dear. Wani Ariza call. In the champion chairman, baby, Abu Salamu, Uko Africa, yeah. One match by you from an amount champion chairman. I got champion chairman, boss and champion chairman. Yakubu champion chairman. I was here on Paul. I'm very welcome. I'm very much Yakubu champion chairman. Champion
yeah, be 1 week no, but you know on residence or East Legon.
Yeah.
The get address near GA 449 6372. Friday energy media basso 8 a.m. 6 p.m. in Timothy. Yeah.
Also, any choice. Yeah, obedient to say any choice.
Coviso chow.
Oh, Mitch so back. Coviaco, now woman in Chebia.
Okay. Chairman, we are not paying us to say to me a best line on your dinkomo. I'll buy them so now being tinty.
Yeah, but yeah, Ghana for one Kaiser, 6-1 share, no, Ghanaian coach. Egypt 6-1, Ghanaian coach.
And he was in Ghana.
Oh, mean Casa.
Yeah, it's true, it's true. Just go see if you didn't come out and
like and subscribe and click on the notification. Happy FM, Nimdie, Happy FM, and Nijenkwa.